Hi guys, it's me Karen, and I've come to do the dragon book here, and you all voted on page 1, 2, 3, or 4, and I counted up all the votes that I really want to thank you all for voting on. It's so kind of you all to take your time and look at all 4 pictures and decide which one you want me to color first. I really appreciate that. So you can tell 1 and 2 were pretty close. 3 was kind of, nobody really wanted that one. But between the 2, 3 won out, or 2 won out with 3 extra votes from the 1. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the one you guys voted on. And that will be this one here. So that was number 2. And I'm going to go ahead and do this with Prismacolor pencils. And I'm going to do him kind of in a blue turquoise color. And then we'll do the frame probably in either a gold or a greenish color. We'll see how that goes. But we're going to work on him first. So I'm going to get the camera down and we will go ahead and start on this little guy. Okay, the colors we're going to be using are Indigo Blue, Cobalt Turquoise, Slate Blue or Blue Slate, and Sky Blue Light. So I think we have sharp enough points on all these little guys. We're going to go ahead and start on the headpiece, I believe, or the headpiece. He's only got a head. Sorry about that. We're going to do his head, is what I meant. Okay, so we're going to go in with the indigo first, and we're going to start right here in the center. I'm going to put a nice little darkness right around this center gemmy. It looks kind of like a gem. My dragon, I can make it anything I want, right? Okay, so we'll put a little bit of the indigo there. We're going to do it on each little piece here, kind of darkening that area and bringing it where the shadow marks are. This paper is really smooth to color on. I'm going to do the same thing on both sides so I don't forget what I'm doing. This one got the shading on the other side for some reason. And then we'll do the tips coming down. Okay, next color in is the Cobalt Turquoise. Just kind of blend those two together. So how are you all doing today? From the last couple videos, I'm sounding better. Still got a little bit of the sniffles, but it's to be expected. I never get over a cold very easily. I hate getting them though. Okay, in with the Slate Blue. Kind of going over everybody, bringing it out a little more into the areas where you can. This is a little small here, but Our weather here has turned into fall overnight. Boom. So we're getting rain and thunder and lightning storms. We're coming in with the sky blue light. And just going to put that down here in the lightest section and bring it into the other colors. So it seems like every night we've been having a thunder lightning storm. The first one we had was just ridiculous. I've never had that much thunder and lightning in the span of 45 minutes. On my Facebook page, I did a little clip of it. It just kept coming. Just a little overwhelming. So it would just do like 20 to 30 bolts of lightning and then a big thunderclap, and it just felt like it was right over our heads. This is back in with the indigo just to darken up the areas that I want a little darker. I may even come in with a little black in these areas just to darken them up a little bit more. So a little bit of the black. Just in where the shadows would really be prominent. Usually if we have a thunderstorm, it's like one clap of thunder, a little bit of lightning, and it's over. Then we get a ton of rain. There we go. We are going to be doing this all the way down the dragon, piece by piece. So I'm going to do his little belly here. It kind of goes all the way around. And we're going to go under his little snout. And then bring it in on the other side a little bit, just a tiny, kind of just right under there. The sunlight or whatever light is going to hit him in a different spot here. And we'll bring in the turquoise, cobalt turquoise. And the slate blue. And then bring in the sky blue light. And just gonna bring those together. Let's light this section on his tummy. Putting hard pressure on that. If you want a little more, excuse me, whiteness in his tummy area here, just bring in a white and exaggerate those lines up a little bit more. Okay, we're just going to keep going down. It goes down to about here, all the way around. So just put the dark in up here. And we're going to darken it on this side since it's underneath him. I don't know, technically, is he a serpent because he doesn't have back feet? He has no feet, he just has his wings. Okay, the turquoise. Slate blue. And then the sky blue light. Just gonna blend those two together. So I'm putting on pretty good pressure on this pencil. just gonna go over everything again. And if you'd like with the white, come back in. And then we'll go back in and darken up the edges. Sorry, I have to move it. Probably come in with black down here too. Okay. I'll probably still play with that a lot. I tend to do that. This is more of the turquoise. Interesting so far, huh? These take a while to do because each one of these little scales has to be done. So I'm going to start on his little chest piece here. So the indigo down first. I'm going to kind of wrap it around a little bit. Put our highlight in this area. So I'd ask you all what you're coloring, but unless you leave it in the response down below, I won't know. I hope you're all coloring something fun. I know there are a couple of color alongs going on, but I don't know their titles or who is doing them, posting them, I should say. Okay, then we're going to go in with the turquoise. If you watch Shailene's channel, she always does a wonderful job of finding out who's doing the color alongs. I can leave a link to her channel down below if you're interested in those. It'll be the video that she does, and then she'll have a link in the video description on her page. It sends you to her blog, and I'll give you the color alongs for the months. So it'll be like the color alongs that are going on Facebook and the color alongs that are going on YouTube and Instagram. I believe she does it for a couple of months. This is the Slate Blue. I know there's a steampunk one, and I think one that does pictures with witches, if you're into doing those. And I think next month, it could be this month, I'm not sure. Like I said, you'll have to check. There's a Spooktober, so I think that one's in October. Okay, putting pressure on here just to drag out that color into the center. Here I would like it lighter, so I'm not going to put so much pressure on that one. Yes, October is coming. And I'm looking forward to seeing the trick-or-treaters. We get a lot of them. Where I used to live, we didn't get very many at all. And when we moved here, it was just like the floodgates opened. We live right next to an elementary school, so I mean, it's up the hill a little bit, but it's walking distance. But yeah, the first year we moved in, I had bought a couple, well, I think a bag of candy, just because I knew that we were close to a school. So if you're close enough to a school, the kids would walk to school. I see them all the time, and I thought, well, they'll live close enough. It's no big deal. We'll get a bag of candy. And about an hour into the night, we had to go to the store and buy more candy. I'm just going to use the white and just go up like I did on the other one on the side here. Really want that one. I go in with a Posca on that. So yeah, ever since then I know better. I buy a gigantic bag plus 4 little bags. We have some kids around here who can't eat chocolate, so I always make sure we have a fruit-based candy for them, or we call this fruit snacks type. I know how that was. I can't eat chocolate, so I always make sure I have something for them. And then any kids that can't have candy at all, we always have a little gift for them. Okay, we're just doing the same pattern as in the indigo first, and then the cobalt turquoise, and then the light, or the sage blue, and then the light blue. I can never remember this pencil's name. Sky blue light. I use it all the time. One would think it would stick, but I cannot remember it for the darnest. Okay, now we got those done. I think I'm going to work on the wings before I go down into all this. So we're going to go up. We'll start on this part first. And then this is like a horn. So we'll go here. Just kind of usually using the indigo where the little dash marks are, and then where I think there might be some shadowing. It's kind of easy. Okay, this is getting into kind of like the joint. We can do a little bit of this here. The wings themselves on the inside, I'm going to bring in some distress ink to kind of give it a transparent look. Try to remember my words. Okay, so the indigo. Bring that down here too. There. And then under this area of the wing. Okay, then we'll bring in the turquoise. I'm going to bring some of that turquoise from here and go up too. And we'll get the little tips of these wings. Okay, back in with the slate blue. So you'll have to let me know if you guys get trick-or-treaters. If you even do Halloween. I'll put a little of that slate blue going up here too. Just so I know I'm supposed to. On these, I'm going to put a little more indigo in here. just on the tips. Okay, and now the sky blue light. Putting a lot of pressure on that just to blend all the colors. Okay, go back in with both the indigo and the turquoise just to darken up some areas. I definitely will bring in some black on these. I'm going to be doing the same on both wings, so I'll do one wing on camera and the other one off. Okay. He's looking pretty cool, huh? So little bands here on his wings. We're just going to go in with the turquoise here in the darkest area. And then the sky blue light, and bring those two together. Blend them. I think that looks kind of cool. We're going to do that up on his face too. Right up here by his eyes and on his nose here. And then just the sky blue light. Okay. Do a little of that down here on his nose. Oh, that might just blend right into that side. And then the light blue. Okay. I got that a little too dark, so I need my eraser. I want to lighten that spot back up. A little more there. And just a touch down here. So if we lighten them up and then just go back in with the white and just kind of blend that in a little bit. That looks better to me. I'm going to darken it up here by this area and bring that down just a little bit. And what I'm going to do here to keep his nose area defined, I'm just going to take the black pencil and go over those lines. So you see them, and if they're uneven, make them even. And I'm going to go up this side here, a little bit on that side, but not as much. I want to make sure his nose and mouth area is defined on that side. Bring that down and darken his eyes a bit. In fact, we're just going to color those completely in. Okay. And let's see. I think these need to be a little darker, so we're going to go in with the Indigo Blue. I'm going to sharpen it though. So have a nice point here. And then just darken that area up. And just darken up the shadow lines underneath these. I'm going to leave them two color there. Got a little, sorry, I'm going to get some blue off of this eraser so I don't go in there. Got a little too much here on the tip, so we're going to take that off. And I want those tips to be nice and light, so. And I'll go in a little bit on those tips with the white. And on the turquoise here. There. Okay. I'll work a little bit more on his face area. I want the outside here dark, so I'm actually going in with black just to darken up his cheeks so I know where they are. Then we're going to go in with the indigo. Blend those two colors together. Then we will go in just with the sky blue light. Okay, and I did touch that black pencil I had there, so keep my little eraser handy here. Go in with the white. There. We'll go back in his nose area here with the indigo. Just very lightly touching it. Just shading under his eyes area here. Okay. And we'll go ahead and go up his head piece here in the same colors, indigo. Let's see, coming, I think down would be a good one. Match the horns a bit. Says very light pressure right here, kind of heavy pressure around the edges. Okay, this area here too. Coming down from the top. Here. We're going to do a little bit here, and a little bit here. I have no idea what this is going to look like, but we're going for it. Blue slate. That's a fun thing about coloring. Get to experiment with what you're laying down on the paper. If you don't like it, we'll paint over it, recolor it, use a different color on it. I'm going to go up with the sky blue light. Just bring up the light out of the areas here. Might throw some white in there. Okay, and the back, there's all this stuff. We're going to go in with the turquoise back here. I'm going to leave all these things that look like gems or shields or something until I can figure out what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to go back in with the light blue sky light blue. I'm going to surprise you all one time and actually have that name memorized. I doubt it. I shouldn't even say that because I don't think I'll ever get it memorized. I think it should be said one way and it's not. Just blending all those together. So we have a tiny bit of difference between some of the colors down here. Just give him a little more. So it doesn't just blend all together, is what I'm trying to say. Just changing it up a little bit. Okay. So we will start going down here and I'll show you how I'm going to do the scales. I'll just do a few of these and then I will have to call this as part 1 and we will come back after I've finished his little scales. I'll leave all these areas and the ones down here on his tail alone, but I'll just show you how I do the scales here, and I'll leave these little flops here too alone. So we're just going to go in, boy that was almost a mistake, with the indigo. And if you just go down with the indigo kind of where the markings are again, and underneath the ones that are above it, leaving these areas white because we don't want them to blend all in. I want to see my scales if I'm going to take time to do this. So just under them all and down the side a little bit. Okay, now I have to find a white that's a little longer than that one. Sharpen that to a point. Okay, we're going to take in the sky blue light and just touch that indigo with it and bring it down, but don't go all the way to the edge. So we're blending those two together. And leaving the tips of these empty. Okay, then we're going to go in with the white. Whoops, I know I sharpened it just a bit too much. Still have it on the polychromos sharpen point. Okay, occasionally you want to wipe that off because it's getting the blue from the section above. So wiping it off will help keep your tips bright white. Also starting in the white area first and going up into the blue. So that is what we're going to do all the way down. I should really put that black somewhere else. So the indigo. A little bit of the sky blue. And then the white. You can go down as far as you want. Go back up if you want to make these a little darker. Or if you want to blend it a little more. Just do it very lightly. So that is how we're going to do all of those guys. This one needs a little more color in it up here. So that way we'll keep the little light tips on all of our little scales here. On the little guys down here. Are we not recording? Okay, I just had to check, make sure it was recording still. I'm kind of running a little long, so I'm going to show you how I do these really quick, and then we're going to have to stop. So I'm going to take in the indigo, we can start here. Bring it up a little bit. Start here, go up. We're going to leave these areas for black. Okay, then we're going to go in with the turquoise, because all the scales are just going to be down in the two blues. We need to have a little more of the turquoise brought in. Sorry about that. I sharpened them while I was checking the camera. And I should know better. I even told myself. Okay, now the slate blue. Just blending all those colors together. Every pencil is going to do that. It's not because the pencils are bad. Just I sharpened them too much. Bring that blue up a little bit more. Okay, and now the light. See, I think it should say light sky blue, but it's sky blue light. Backwards in my head. Just gonna lighten those up at the tips. And with that color, we're going to blend that. Okay, and then in the undersides, I'm going to put black in. right down here, we're going to bring that line down on all of these. So when we color that area in, just bring that line down. So I'll probably do these pieces after I've done all the scaling so I don't get any of that black into the colors that I'm putting in. Okay, and then if you want them a little more blue, you can take the indigo down here where the black was, or where we put the black, and just add it in and darken those areas up. Pull a little of that black down there if you want. Just go up the side a little bit. Okay, so that's how those are going to be done. I am going to leave all of the little, whatever those are, alone until I figure out what to do them. So that'll be it for part 1, and I will see you guys in part 2. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for voting on this little page. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So you guys take care, and I will see you in another video, and thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing to my channel, and if you want notifications, please ring that little bell. Bye now, guys. Take care.